This is Jessamine County Public Library's Meet the Artist segment. From January 19, 2016 to February 28, 2016, our gallery featured the work of landscape artist Marianna McDonald. Originally from Louisville, Marianna moved to Lexington in 1977. Her works are carried by 4 regional galleries and have won numerous awards. About her paintings, Marianna notes that she likes to create images from actual places, preferring to use nature's information and inspiration for her resources. Now, let's meet the artist. Marianna, I understand you graduated with a BS in art in 1971.
That's right.
But I bet, like many of these girls, you were probably interested in art long before that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So was there ever a time that you created a drawing or a painting and you thought, wow, this is what I do. This is who I am. I am an artist. Or was it something that took a long time to recognize?
Well, what happened was I always wanted to do art. You know, I was doing all the coloring books. My dad would have shirts when he got his shirts laundried. There would be a piece of cardboard inside the laundried shirt, and I would draw all over the cardboard. But when I was 13, I was being a really grumpy little 13-year-old, and I had a little brother that I was being really mean to. And my mom said, go to the hobby store and get something that's going to take you a really long time because you need to leave your brother alone. So I got my first true oil painting set then. And I think that was probably the pivotal point to when I started taking it more seriously.
Oh, that's a wonderful story. In your artist statement, you noted that you moved to Lexington in 1977, and that you'd also lived in Germany and Ohio, some other places, but you never got tired of depicting landscapes from Kentucky and West Virginia and Appalachia. Can you tell me something that's a little bit different in the feeling of the Appalachian landscape as opposed to that of Germany or someplace else that you've painted?
Oh, that's a really good question. Well, when I was in Germany, I didn't actually take my art with me. I had a little watercolor set. So more in Germany, I was more just absorbing what was going on around me. I think because I grew up in Kentucky and I spent a whole lot of summers in West Virginia. We had a little farm up there. It was the place that I wandered around when I was a little kid. You know, I wandered through the woods, I wandered through the fields. It's just that connection of who I am, wandering through the fields in my cowboy boots.
That's great. So you've got a studio space in Shaker Village now?
I do. Shaker Village they started a program in April, and they have 5 different artists with studios down there in the buildings. I'm in the East Family Brethren shop, so come and see me.
Oh yeah, I would love to come and see you. You also paint a lot of things from Shaker Village, and it seems like you have kind of a deep connection to it as a place, and maybe even a little bit to the Shaker philosophy. How does the place influence you, and how does the Shaker concept of simplicity play into your art?
You get all these questions from
my head. I'm trying to be a good interviewer, you know, it's my first time.
Well, because I live in Lexington, I've been going to Shaker Village for a long time. And I don't know exactly what it is, but there is such a sense of peace in Shaker Village. When I go down there, all of the stuff in life just kind of falls away. And it feels right to me. When I got downsized from my job at the newspaper, the first thing I did was go to Shaker Village for a whole week. I just kept going down there over and over again because I needed, after all the craziness of that job and the ending of that job, I needed that peace and quiet of Shaker Village. And I think the simplicity and the peace that the Shakers brought to that space, it still seems to kind of hover around. I swear it does. And also down there, because of the way the village is situated, I feel like I can go anywhere on that 3,000 acres and feel totally safe. When I'm down at Red River Gorge, I kind of keep my eye out for what's going on around me, but down at Shaker Village, I can become completely immersed in what I'm doing and not feel the least bit nervous about what's going on around me, because it's just a sense of safety.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Okay, well, you're about to work on something right now for us. You're going to do a pastel drawing. And I know that you like to work in pastels and you like to work in oils. Can you tell us something about pastels and oils that's maybe different from watercolors and acrylics, or reasons that you really kind of like these medium?
I think the two of them have such vibrant color. I started out in oils when I was a child, my first oil painting set. And I went to watercolor for a while, but I couldn't hold the color. Now, some watercolorists do an amazing job with watercolor. I could not hold the color. It was beautiful when it was wet. When it would dry, it was like, what happened to my color? You know. So when in 1984, I found a set of pastels. I decided I was going to go out with my two little children and we were going to draw. We did that once. Didn't do that anymore. But I had a set of pastels, and then I went back to the studio and I fixed some of those really unhappy watercolors. Because there was enough texture on the watercolor paper to hold a couple layers of pastel. And when I did that, it was like, oh, this is color. It was just a little set of 12 alpha color pastels, and it had the most gorgeous purple in that set. And I fell in love with purple. I fell in love with pastel. Wonderful. And oils are the same way. I can get good, strong, vibrant color. I'm not a complete realist when it comes to color. I like to infuse emotion because I figure I'm the artist, and if I just want it, as they say, if you want it just like what's going on that you see, you might as well take a photograph of it, right? But even when I take my photographs, now this is one of my photographs. When I take my photographs, I try to find a day with strong light and shadow, and I love taking photographs late in the afternoon because that's when the sun has the warmth, there's long shadows, and there's more drama there in late in the afternoon, or really early in the morning. But I don't usually get up early enough to get those really early morning photographs.
This concludes our talk with Marianna McDonald. If you'd like to learn more about Marianna or her work, you can visit her website at www.mcdonaldfineart.com. Thanks for listening.